There's something else I heard about the deaths. It appears all the victims have been commonly maids. I better watch myself, eh? Sigh. And seemingly japes aside, there's a rumor been going around. There's some as whisper that after each victim has died, her Rancor went into the great big rock southeast of here, causing it to flash and moan. The bear's investigating, I reckon. I'm going to give you a fire sand stick to blow off a piece of that crack. Stick doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you'll have to throw the thing. Once you've torn the rock a new one, bring back some of the fragments and I'll give them gander. Okay, game. There's something you should know. I've been keeping this to myself, just to worsen Methrid's paranoia, but I too have seen the winged eyeball. I cannot say whether it was a coincidence, but my sighting took place precisely the same time as Methrid's. I was heading home after a day of digging when a shadow fell over me. Looking up, I found myself locked in a gaze with a giant eyeball. I let out a scream at the top of my lungs and ran without once looking back. This happened at the rocky area west of here, in case you mind to investigate. Okay, guy. Really? You were just there? Well, yeah, there's really a lot of filler up until you get to Heavensward. The game is like at least 40% filler, and it actually gets the worst. Like levels 50 on. Like when you start the whole thing pre-Heavensward for level 50 quests, those are the worst. It's literally bring me some tea. It's that level of bad. Okay, I need to throw a thing at a thing. There you go, rock. Hope you like that. Kinda funny how there's musical rocks. And they're lightning aspected. Good to know. That clay golem very mercifully moved aside so that I don't need to kill them. I do not want to kill anything unless it's part of my quests or it's part of my hunting log, because otherwise this is quite time consuming. Just spent like good 10 minutes just murdering things. Eyeball! You here, eyeball? Nice big eyeball man. Aha! Oh. You're not an eyeball. And you're dying really slowly. Let's try a berserk on you, eh? Might help a bit. Yeah! Oh, for fuck's sake! I'm gonna be running from that in a second. Yeah. I hate sneezing. And I'm not even catching a cold. That's just the usual me. At least you're gonna give me 20,000 of XP. Can't complain about that. Thank you. I am blessed now. Most folk are too scared to go within 100 yams of the Rock of Rancor. It has name. What a few vengeful spirits to a dauntless adventurer like you, eh? Here's your rocks. Huh, why, these are just your garden variety crystals. It's a bit hard to tell beneath all the dirt and grime, but they're definitely lightning aspected. I almost hate to say it, but that explains the flashing and the moaning. Nothing to do with masked stranger. Looks like I've gone and wasted both your time and perfectly good fire sand stick. Oh well. Thank you for your money and XPs. A monstrous behemoth appeared and you slew it? Creature had long been a scourge upon the folk of Fogard. Intentional or not, you have done us a great service. You have my gratitude. That does make me wonder, was it truly a winged eyeball I saw, or merely a trick of light combined with blind panic? Perhaps you should stop having blind panic attacks. That might be good, huh? Ooh. That looked like an important picture. There's been no promising leads in the murders. I can scarce get a wink of sleep knowing that the killer is still at large. Judging by the furrowed brows, I take it this sorry business troubles you as much as it does me. I've been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time, but there can be no doubt. It was a winged eyeball that I witnessed. It's implausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for a Bahamite. But you and I were moms apart. How could this have both seen at precisely same time? What's more, our adventurer friend here have a run-in with a Bahamite at the very spot you claim to see in the fiendish eyeball. Isn't that right? There must be an explanation. I know I saw an eyeball with wings. I would wager an apple tart on it. Oh, he's serious. But listen, mayhap it's not as mysterious as we're making it out to be. There's no reason why there couldn't be. Gods, of course, there must be more than one of those buggers. It's so obvious. What that means, since there have been repeated sightings of these fiends, there must have been even more victims as yet undiscovered. Gulp. I do believe we're out of our depth. We ought to leave the rest to an expert. Yes, we're just civilians after all. Good luck, adventurer. It was pleasure knowing you. Well, I burn to know the truth. Some things are best left unknown. Lest you have forgotten, it was at the rocky area at the west that I had my encounter. Should you discover aught of note, we will want to alert the authorities. There is a guardhouse nearby. The Serpent's there should be pleased for any information that pertains to the security of the region. I'm gonna literally blow their minds in a second. Look at what I have. Is this what you saw? Huh? Huh? Is this what you saw? I don't know if that's a spoiler or not, but I have it as a mount. Ooh, a mangled corpse. Did my eyeball did it? Aha! It's my eyeball! I'm glad to have found you, Floaty Eye. You do make a great mount, you floating eyeball. And I'll pick up this mangled corpse. Thank you very much. And I think that's a guard post. Maybe. Yeah, that I believe that is. So I'm not recording to the 3 scared shitless people. Instead I'm recording to actually reporting to actual guards. God damn it, words are very hard after 3 hours of speaking. Well, words are hard in general sometimes, actually. I word weird. Hello! Greetings, adventurers. There aught I might assist you with. You have an epidemic of floating eyeballs? Thought it was important. Gods be good, not again. No matter how many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight. Poor woman. Is she wearing a wooden mask? Identical deaths have been reported in Central Shroud. While the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any, sightings of winged eyeball are common enough. The creature appears to be moving the bodies, but to what end none can say. The victims have all been young women. All are found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. It's been difficult to identify them, so as to notify the next of... this button engraved with lily motif. The very same object was found upon another victim. A family sigil, or that of an organization, perhaps? You want that eyeball between your legs, Satan? I bet it can give good mouth. We're staring at a corpse then. A game very nicely just covers its face. I wanted to see the mutilation, game. I would have you hold on to the lily button. You will need it to continue your investigation. What isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals? You have proven yourself of reliable and resourceful in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. If I might make a suggestion, you may wish to take the button to Gridania and have it examined by Mionin. Mayhap someone in her vast network of contacts can shed light upon the sigil. You want to ride the eyeball now, do you? Well, actually, it's quite a fun mount. Whee! Yay, eyeball! A sight to behold unlocks the sightseeing log. But sightseeing in the vanilla game was pretty difficult. Sightseeing in Heavensward and Stormblood is just a quick way to get extra XP. Good evening to you, Magnanimous. By your grim expression, I suspect you aren't here for scones and herb tea. I wouldn't mind scones and herb tea. Well, isn't this a lovely little button? The engraving is quite exquisite, artisan level quality, I would say. Where did you say you found this? On a dead body? Lovely. Anyway, I'm afraid I do not recognize the lily sigil. You will have to find the answer the old-fashioned way, by asking around. You could do worse than beginning with Bernadette over there by Ivaurault Plaza. She has a sharp pair of eyes, that one. Miss Sharp Eyes, can you look at the button for me? I need you to look at the button. It's round and shiny. Need help tracking down the owner of a button? That's certainly not a request I receive on a regular basis. Well, go on then. Show me what you have. I have a button. Seems to be some manner of decorative button, reminiscent of those worn by the families of old, though I cannot claim to know its sigil. However, I can say with certainty that white lily is a recurring theme in Gridanian culture. Alas, I do not know who would make a personal sigil of it. If there is a soul in Gridania who does, it would be Tangled over at Lance's Guild. Okay, Lance's Guild it is. I have a button. Take it to the button expert. Bernadette believes that I can help you? Well, that is a rather bold assumption to make. I will try to assist, never you fear. But whatever aught comes of it is another matter. Now then, what do you desire of me? Do you recognize this button expert? Fascinating. Work of this quality is rarely seen in the hands of ordinary Gridanians. The owner of this button is most certainly well-to-do. You may wish to take your search to Gentry's Ward northwest of here. Wait! A memory comes to me! Because I normally have amnesia and they come in random. Of late, there has been a man who is perpetually seated at a bench by the ward's entrance. His name is Ursendale, and I distinctly recall seeing a markedly similar button upon the breast of his jacket. I dare say he can tell you a thing or two about it. Oh my god, we finally find somebody that knows something of a button! That is importante. Was it your family members that are getting murdered? I do not believe we are acquainted. Pray leave me to my thoughts. Is this your button? The sigil of Dantaco's family. How is it you come in possession of this button? From the body of a murdered woman? Her face? Was it marred in any way? I had feared as much. Can no longer feign ignorance. I shall reveal to you the truth of the deaths, but on one condition. You promise to put an end to my lady madness and free her from her torment. That's a touch was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families in Gridania, the Dancureurs. During that time I had the honor of waiting upon Lady Amandine, mistress of the household. Fair as summer was she, and possessed of a heart befitting her radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Though my lady escaped with her life, death may well have been kinder fate. Never will I forget the day her bandages were removed and she beheld her disfigured face for the first time. At that moment the kindly woman I know ceased to be. Unable to bear the thought of being seen, Lady sequestered herself within her chambers and refused all company. This continued for many uneasy moons, until one day, without a warning, she began receiving queer guests. None among us knew whence they came, these masked men, but my lady believed that they would help her regain that which she had lost. So began the rites of rejuvenation. These rituals seemed innocent enough in the beginning, but grew ever more grotesque as time went by. Eventually there came a day when my lady bound one of her handmaidens to her bed and proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice it to say, she did not survive the ordeal. It fell to me to dispose of the body. I performed the dreadful task as bade, obedient servant that I was, but when the time came to return to the house, my leg refused to move. I knew that I could not go back to the place, not after the nightmare I had witnessed, so it was that I left Hawkeye Manor, my home for nigh a half a century. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, and longer still for the woman that Lady Amandine had been. Yet one cannot weep forever, and I endowed to put the matter behind me. Indeed, I had resolved I never speak of my experience until you appeared before me. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest, as you swore to me you would. She awaits you at Hawkeye Manor, or the western edge of the Central Shroud, Western Place, Hawkeye Manor. Got it. I need to untongue tie. Yeah, I'll teleport here. I'll run up there and then I'll end the episode. I won't consume a ticket. And yeah, apparently, which means that once she aged, she would be a really nasty lady. What would she have done with her servants? Then lock them in the cupboard until they become old, so that they may look like her? Now that unlocks the ability to visit Lavender. Beds? That is Odin weather, I think. It's hard to explain, but there's this fate where Odin roams the land of Black Shroud, and he can appear in any map. And when he starts roaming, that's what the weather changes to. And when he appears, the timer already starts ticking. So you have to find him, and then you have to kill him. And the more often he's killed, the higher level he would be. The more times people fail to kill him, the lower level he would be. So some people showed very high level Odin, because that is indeed possible. Oh cool, walking stool. And yep, Odin weather tension. Which means people are now on the hunt for a black knight on a horse. I mentioned, in case anyone needs it, that Odin weather is up. Why are you so high level? Okay, so if I find time to start streaming tomorrow, I will start it right over here. And we're gonna start it with a dungeon! And dungeons are very exciting. Plus, if we complete the dungeon and do a few more quests tomorrow, it would mean that we would get to level 30 Marauders quest, and that's when you get your job stone, so that is very exciting. So thank you for watching, and thanks Square Enix for free sub time!